I want to move on though to the second way of crafting your kind of personal story or personal brand, which is be specific. One of the top pitfalls I encounter every year working with individual students who are going through this process is they want to play it safe. They want to be everything to everybody, or they want to stay a little too high level. They end up being a little vague. And the reality is it comes across very generic. And I finish the application and I say, I don't really know who Christina is. She's talked about things that would apply to thousands and thousands of people around the country, around the world. So I always encourage students to think about, going deep with some of the interests or things that you find interesting, some of your passions or hobbies, using detail or context or imagery to bring your stories to life. It's obviously a little bit more relevant for the essay where you have a little bit more room, more word count to work with, but not being afraid to share a piece of dialogue, an inner thought, a conversation you had. Bring me, the reader, into your world in some way. I always remind people it's real human beings reading these applications. And just like you, I am only human. And so, what captures my imagination when I read a great book, watch a great Netflix series, it's because I feel a connection. I feel interested and invested in the characters, in the plot. And it's not too dissimilar when it comes to reading a college application and trying to understand who you are. And so, bring me into your world in some way. This is particularly relevant for the essays where you can really paint that picture of what was it like to be part of that particular extracurricular activity, or to have that particular family experience that was very formative for you, or an interesting trip you went on that changed how you understood a particular topic. Bring me into that world, and don't be afraid to be really specific, because that's more interesting and it's more memorable. And it goes back to the thing we talked about at the very beginning, which helps you stand out from all those other students who also have great grades and great GPAs.